And all of you, the older folks will get this, younger folks, trust me, there'll come a day. Someday you're going to be sitting on that porch. You're going to be in that rocking chair. And a little one's going to come up to you after been in school where they've been studying the 2024 election. And they're going to ask, when everything was on the line and the American experiment was on the line, and there was somebody running who asked to be a dictator and to overturn the Constitution and talk about using the military against our own people, what did you do to stop that from happening? And you're going to be able to say, every damn thing we could. Every damn thing we could.
Now, that is how you deliver a closing message. That's Governor Walz in Tucson, Arizona. Contrast that to Donald Trump's closing message. Here you go.
I've known him for a long time. You know, he's totally retracted his statement, like, weak people always do. They retract their statements. But he was hit by some of the strongest, not human beings, women.
Absolutely pathetic, but enough showing you clips of Donald Trump. Let's focus on the future, shall we? Here is Governor Walz in Flagstaff, Arizona over the weekend. Play the clip.
Now, here's the good news. I kind of have a feeling that women all across this country, from every walk of life, from either party, are going to send a loud and clear message to Donald Trump next Tuesday, November 5th. Whether he likes it or not.
Governor Walz again. Let's play it.
And then, this dude is nearly 80 years old. He tells us he's a genius, a stable genius. And he apparently went to the Wharton School. In those 80 years, you'd think he'd have learned what a damn tariff is and who pays for it. We pay for it. His tariff plan, his national sales tax plan, will add 20% to the cost of most things you buy, adding up to $4,000 to families across this country. That's his plan.
Here, Governor Walz, again, he's hitting state after state. Here he is in Las Vegas, Nevada. Play the clip.
Now Donald is concerned that he's not getting the women's vote right now. He says he doesn't understand why he's not getting women, because he told you he would be your protector. Spoken by a guy who nearly bit it trying to get in a garbage truck. Open the door, Donald, open the door. So look, it is more serious than that.
Here he is in Flagstaff, Arizona. Let's play it.
And by doing this now, we have 20 states, including Arizona, that have Trump abortion bans in place. And now this week, he tells us he's going to put RFK Jr. in charge of women's health. Yeah, but he even made it a little clearer for you. Donald himself said, don't worry, he'll be your protector. Can't even open the door of a garbage truck, and let alone so. Well, look, he followed up in the last day or so and said he's going to do that whether women like it or not. So some of this stuff might be comedy fodder if this guy would go back to just being a buffoon on TV, but he's not. He's asking to be president of the United States again. And so because of that, now what we're seeing, what he means is, women are turned away from emergency rooms and miscarriaging in parking lots, whether they like it or not. Survivors of rape and incest are being forced to carry those pregnancies to term, whether they like it or not. Fertility clinics have turned couples away at the door, whether they like it or not. And for so many of you out here, and for the women here certainly, it's personal. On the fertility side, Gwen and I have talked about our struggle with this. We struggled for years with infertility. Because we had insurance and fertility treatments, we had our beautiful family. I will be damned if anyone will take that from anybody in this country.
Here Governor Walz is again in Flagstaff. Let's play it.
So many reasons to vote against this guy, but I'll tell you, this one may be petty, but we've earned it living with this guy for 9 years. How great's it going to be just not to see him on TV anymore? And not only that, we get to see a new generation of leadership with Kamala Harris.
Governor Walz, one more time. Play it.
Look, he'd also told us he's going to help balance the budget. And here's how he's going to do it. He's going to cut $2 trillion from discretionary spending. Now, for some of you, this budget gets kind of big and all that, but just to give you an idea of what that means, all the discretionary spending that the government does in a year is $1.6 trillion. So just to be very clear, at least they're telegraphing what they're going to do. If they do that $2 trillion cut, it means they cut Medicare and Social Security. That's the only way they can do it.
I'll show you one more clip of Governor Walz. This is powerful stuff. Let's play it.
And now this week, he tells us he's going to put RFK Jr. in charge of women's health. Yeah, but he even made it a little clearer for you. Donald himself said, "Don't worry, he'll be your protector." Can't even open the door of a garbage truck, and let alone so.
Here is Kerry Washington speaking. She did an incredible job as well. Let's play it.
Give it up for your next governor, Josh Stein. Thank you, Mr. Attorney General. How we feeling, North Carolina? It is so wonderful to be here with you in this beautiful state on this gorgeous afternoon, and it is exciting to see so many of you. So, yes, give it up for yourselves. So, early this morning when I was headed this way, I was at the airport and I was coming to you, and this lovely woman said the thing that inevitably gets said whenever we are in a kind of heightened political moment, right? She pulled me aside and she said, "Olivia Pope, are you gonna fix this? Olivia Pope, are you going to save the day?" Listen, I am so lucky, so blessed to have had the opportunity to play one of the most iconic political characters ever written. But the reason I'm here in North Carolina is that I'm here to remind you that the future of this country and the soul of this democracy is not in Olivia Pope's hands, it's in yours. Because here's the sad truth. Olivia Pope is not real. I'm sorry, it's true, she's not real. Olivia Pope can't vote, she can't volunteer, she can't call her friends and family members and remind them how important they are, urging them to vote. Olivia Pope, she can't phone bank, she can't text 5 friends. Olivia Pope can't knock on doors. She can't babysit her brother's kids while he goes out to vote. She can't give her neighbor who doesn't drive a ride to the polls. Olivia Pope can't go to iwillvote.com/NC and make a plan to vote. But you know who can? You all. Yes, you are the person who can say it's handled. That is you. A couple of years ago, I was heading out on a campaign trip, and my daughter, who was 8 at the time, had tears in her eyes, and she said, I was putting her down to bed, she said, "Mom, you're leaving again? Mom, do you love the voters more than you love me?" She's a little dramatic. I don't know where she gets that from. And I took a breath. I tried to wrangle with my mommy guilt the best I could, and then I told my daughter the truth. I left her on that day for the same reason that I got on a plane early this morning today. I am here with you in North Carolina today because I love her, because I love my kids. And I want my kids, and I want your kids to have a future that is filled with opportunity and freedom and safety and joy. I am here in North Carolina because I don't want my daughters growing up in a world with fewer rights than I had at their age. I am here with you today because I believe that voting is an act of love, and using your voting power on the issues that matter most to you, that is an absolute act of love. Your vote matters. Every vote matters. That's why you have to stay in line, North Carolina. That's why you have to show up on Election Day and stay in line. Now listen, there are thousands of you here right now. If each one of you here was to convince one person to show up and vote for Kamala Harris, that could be the difference in this race. So what I want you to do is I want you to talk to people. I want you to reach out to the folks that you love most. I want you to ask them what they're thinking about. What are they worried about? What's on their heart? Because whatever issue they care about, here's what I know. Kamala Harris has a better plan to improve your life and the lives of the people you love. Kamala Harris has real plans, not concepts of a plan. Kamala Harris is a leader who sees us, she understands us, and she will fight for us, the people. She will be a president who works for all Americans, not just the ones who vote for her. Now, I know that we are reaching the point of the campaign where it can get hard, right? If you are knocking on doors, I know your legs might be getting a little tired. If you are phone banking, maybe your voice is getting a little hoarse. If you're texting voters, maybe your thumbs are getting sore. Maybe your eyes are burning from all these campaign ads. But I have got good news for you, North Carolina. When we elect Kamala Harris as President of the United States and Tim Walz as Vice President and Josh Stein as Governor, all of your work would have been worth it. It will be worth it. When this is over, none of us wants to say we could have done more. We want to say that we stood up, that we showed up, that we showed out. Yes. So let's do this, North Carolina. Let's do it for our families. Let's do it for our futures. Let's do it for our democracy. Let's do this for love. Let's do it because we love our country and we love each other and we love ourselves enough to know that this is our moment. We matter. We are the people. Make sure it gets handled, North Carolina. I love you. Thank you so much.
Here's the message from Harrison Ford. Let's play it.
Look, I've been voting for 64 years. Never really wanted to talk about it very much, but when dozens of former members of the Trump administration are sounding alarms, saying, for God's sake, don't do this again, you have to pay attention. They're telling us something important. These aren't soft people. They're governors, generals, standing up against the leader of the party they spent their lives advocating for. For many of them, this will be the first time they've ever voted for someone who doesn't have an R next to their name, because they know this really matters. The truth is this: Kamala Harris will protect your right to disagree with her about policies or ideas. And then, as we have done for centuries, we'll debate them, we'll work on them together, and we'll move forward. The other guy, he demands unquestioning loyalty, says he wants revenge. I'm Harrison Ford. I've got one vote, same as anyone else, and I'm going to use it to move forward. I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris.
By the way, when Donald Trump says that he's going to be the protector of women, whether they want it or not, look at this picture. This is what Donald Trump means. It should also be noted as well, the story by the AP that just hit the wire. They've been speaking to small business owners all across Erie, Pennsylvania, and they're all saying the same thing. Donald Trump's going to crush our business. My friends in Erie, Pennsylvania, what's up? I see you, and you all know country over party right now. You know what a threat Donald Trump is and what a disgrace he is to the Oval. I'm hearing from my Erie, Pennsylvania friends all the time that you know what's up. Speaking of someone knowing what's up, LeBron James. Let's play the clip of LeBron James. Let's play it.
Be a good day. Everything's kind of silent, and I wanted to make sure that it's seen, heard with force. So, having daughter, I have a wife, I have a mother, and things of that nature. What she believes in when it comes to women's rights, when it comes to the future, with my kids and where I see our country should be. I feel like that endorsement is only right. It is. Come on, I mean, you guys know me. Damn sure won't go another way.
What is your experience in 2020 with More Than a Vote? Teach you about politics, show you about politics, show you about the impacts you can have in a very specific way?
Well, I mean, it all started with the shut up and dribble, thing, obviously, and to be able to be in a position where you can have some influence, and you have a lot of people who who want to be in a position to have influence as well, to be able to speak outside of their realm, if it's sports or if it's the music or movies or whatever it is, whatever the industry is, to be able to have a platform where I was able to gather a lot of men and women to be able to speak out from that moment, and then the More Than a Vote campaign, obviously an initiative.
Well, I think there you have it, folks. Governor Walz with some compelling messaging. Some of the other surrogates, Kerry Washington, Harrison Ford, LeBron James. But you know what? Set aside the celebrity. Let me speak to you directly. You hold the power. You are a part, an integral part of this community. We are 3.3 million strong. 3.3 million people have your back because you built this community. Over the next 48 hours, we flex our muscle. We show the world our strength. Doesn't matter whether we're Democrats, classic conservatives and Republicans, whether we're independents, whether we don't even like politics at all. We crave normalcy over Trump chaos. We crave love over Trump hate. We crave our freedoms and protecting the freedoms of our fellow Americans as Donald Trump, Elon Musk, RFK Jr., J.D. Vance want to rip those freedoms away. We all have formed this incredible community with diverse perspectives, but the commonality is we love our country. We love our flag. We love our national anthem. We care about law and order and holding crooks like Donald Trump accountable. We know what Donald Trump means when he says he wants to be a dictator on day one, or when Donald Trump calls fellow Americans the enemy from within, and when Donald Trump says he will invoke the 1798 Alien Enemies Act, and when Donald Trump says he will send the United States military against Americans, and when Donald Trump says that he wants to put 9 barrels in the face of Liz Cheney, and he wants to put her and Barack Obama and others in front of military tribunals. We take that threat seriously, and we want to move forward. It's time to turn the page of Trump chaos. It's time we move beyond this Trump chaos loop. Let us all be shoulder to shoulder in the MeidasTouch community over the next 48 hours and into the future. But let us do everything we can together. Let's put it all out on the field. Let's put it all out there. As Governor Walz said, we can do this. You can do this. We're in this together. Thank you. God bless America.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.